Colin. Our final topic of the day, Lamar Jackson continues to do it through the air and with his legs. In the Ravens' 23-17 win over the Bengals, Lamar became the first player ever to pass for over 200 yards and run for 150 in a regular season game. Shannon, how impressed were you with Lamar's performance yesterday?
I was impressed, Skip, but you notice how they preface that in a regular season game? Because I know a guy that can't get a job right now that once ran for 181 and passed for 263 in a playoff game.
That's a very good
You know what, Skip? I got a big mouth. I should have kept my mouth closed. We ain't talking about that right now. But I was very impressed. Skip, I'm not going to be surprised if this young man rushed for 200 yards in a game.
I agree.
Quarterback position. Running the ball does not surprise me. His ability to throw the football this quickly surprises me because he always had this ability. But, Skip, we should have known this, that he could throw the ball somewhat because he passed the ball for over 3,000 yards in college. But if he could continue this progression, Skip, he's going to be awfully difficult to defend because he has his legs to get him out of harm's way, and he's throwing the ball at 7% better completion percentage than he was last year.
Yeah, I agree. This young man is an extraordinary runner of the football.
He is.
And he is, to your point, a much better thrower than even I thought he was. And I thought he was a decent thrower, but he's pretty good. So this is becoming a lethal combination. And I know it was just the Bengals and it was in Baltimore, but to run for 152 with an 8-yard average, every time he takes off, he just looks like he knows what he's doing. And it looks like he protects himself pretty well.
He's getting better at it.
Yeah, and he didn't have his favorite deep threat, Hollywood Brown, yesterday. He's having that same foot trouble again. So he's thrown to the other Oklahoma guy, Mark Andrews, his tight end.
That's his favorite target, though.
And he threw for 236 mostly to him. So, wow.
Yep.
We got a guess. Puts Dallas even, 3-3 on the season. After the game, as you might imagine, Jerry Jones asked about head coach Jason Garrett's job performance. This was Dallas's third consecutive defeat. Take a listen.
Is Jason Garrett, are you disappointed in what he's done so far on his 3 games?
Well,
is his situation
I'm
in
going to
danger?
be very trying. I was a lot happier with what he had done the first 3 games than what's happened the last 3 games. But the big thing I want to say is not just him. Across the board, we did not play well enough to win.
Your thoughts here, Shannon. How much blame does Jason Garrett deserve?
Jason Garrett's low-hanging fruit because he never gets any credit when they win. He gets all the blame when they lose. Now, the first 3 games, everybody's talking about the boy genius, Kellen Moore. And what a great job Jerry had done is turning over the reins to him. Scott Linehan, someone across the table from me, I ain't going to call no name, said Scott Linehan and Dak didn't have the connection. His soulmate is Kellen Moore now.
True.
So all that credit, he was so good. You see the reins that have been taken off Dak Prescott. Woo! Now we looking at what Dak can be. Chris Richard, what an unbelievable job. He has this defense playing. Look at what they were last year. Rod Marinelli. He can motivate these guys. It's still Jason Garrett. Now, if Jason Garrett doesn't get any credit when they win, how in the hell are you going to give him blame when they lose? You say, oh, he doesn't motivate the guys. But you tell me all the time, Skip, they win in spite of him. So keep winning in spite of him. And when you lose, I don't want to hear you bring up Jason Garrett's name. The problem it stems from this, Skip. The moment Jerry Jones did not give Jason Garrett at least a 1-year extension, what are you telling him? It's already in the back of your mind you think about moving on from him. Players know that. So, we just showed the footage of them walking up the field and then nobody touched the man's hand.
Okay, Jerry made it clear. I need to see more from Jason Garrett this year. Well, more would be at least 2 playoff wins, right?
Skip, I don't really know what Jason can do that Jerry hasn't already seen. For the simple fact, Jerry runs everything, Skip. You know that. See, Jerry wants to stand behind the scenes, gets all the credit. I signed Zeke, I signed all these players, got everything. He basically calls the play because when you come out publicly and you second guess your head coach, Skip, you're basically telling. So now in the back of Jason's mind, well, I wonder if I go for it here, what Jerry gonna say? Should I not? Should I? Whatever. So no, I'm not gonna blame because nobody gives him credit when they win. Skip, he won Coach of the Year. I think it's 2016. Everybody was like, well, how in the hell he do that? He got a great offensive tail. Look at that offensive line he got. Look at Zeke. Look at yada, yada, yada. Nobody wanted to give him credit. But the moment they lose, Jason Garrett's terrible. He's a terrible head coach. I know. No, I ain't giving him no blame. I'm going to blame it on your quarterback. I'm going to blame it on Chris Richard. I'm going to blame it on Jerry Jones. I'm going to blame it on everybody that gets credit when they win. So that's who I'm blaming it on when they lose.
So you like Jason Garrett?
I mean, I like him as a person. I don't really know. But
You like him as a coach? You're vouching for him?
Skip, I don't give him credit when they win. Yeah. So why you want me to lay blame? I'm not gonna do like you. See, you don't want to give him any credit because he's Coach Clapp. Coach Clapp. He don't motivate nobody. He couldn't motivate this cup.
He couldn't.
Yeah. But when they lose,
You just sit right there. 'Cause I don't think you could motivate that cup.
But-
You need your fan to blow it off the table, man.
but the moment they lose, you quick to blame Red. No.
Oh, he's red.
Yeah,
now.
oh, Red.
Oh, big red. Oh, Jason, red. What do you got? Something going on with it?
Pet names.
You want him to send you some shoes, some cowboy paraphernalia, an ornament for your tree on Christmas?
I like Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett has never wronged me.
I like him too. Never wronged me. I covered him when he was a player, when he was the backup quarterback to Troy Aikman. He's really a great guy.
Yeah.
And he's a mediocre football coach, and he's a lousy motivator, and he always has been. And they have won, I've said it 1,000 times on this show, won in spite of him. But when they lose 2 in a row and they need somebody to light a fire, he is incapable of lighting a pregame fire. So they come out and lay another egg because they're lifeless, they're deadheaded, they're uninspired, they're without energy and urgency at kickoff. And that's some on the offense and all on the defense. The
So who
defense
coaches
was not.
defense?
Well, he's the head coach of the football team. I'm talking about getting units ready to play. You got to get both of them ready to play. And you got to explain what's about to happen, what's about to hit you in the mouth. And they were not ready to play until it was too late again. They almost pulled it out, but not quite. And the defense did lock in the second half and take it up a notch, but it was too late. And it was too late against Aaron Rodgers because they made him pretty quiet in the second half. But it was 31-3, and Dak almost pulled it off, but he did not. So I'm blaming Jason Garrett, if you want to give him 50% of the blame for not having his team ready to play. That was a dangerous situation yesterday against a Greg Williams without your 2 starting tackles and early on without your number 1 wide receiver and no Randall Cobb. You better be ready because he's going to come after you're behind. And he did all day long, and they weren't ready for it. And all I know is when it comes to play calling, I'm watching TV, and all I have is my TV, but it sure looks like Jason Garrett's talking a lot when Kellen Moore should be talking when the play's about to be called. So I don't know what's going on.
We ain't got no play sheet.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know what's happening. But Tony Romo was very specific about this yesterday. He said this is starting to resemble Jason Garrett's offense. That was his big push yesterday on CBS. And I think between the lines, he was trying to tell us that Jason has taken back over a whole lot of the play calling. That was my interpretation.
If you don't mind me asking, Skip, and you like to harp back to last year, I try to stay away from it, but since you brought it up, when they acquired Mari Cooper and they took off,
Yep.
and they were 3-5, and they took off and they won all those games in a row, and they end up winning the division.
Killed you.
If you don't mind me asking,
Cost you a bunch of Mountain Dew.
cost me a bunch of Mountain Dew, cost me like 20 cases of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
When they took off, if you don't mind me asking, who was the head coach?
Jason Garrett. What do I always tell you? They win in spite of.
Okay, then.
But they need the circumstance to motivate them.
Okay, they got it.
The circumstance is 3-5, and they stink it up on Monday Night Football. I called it the all-time debacle of a disaster. That was Marcus Mariota, who got benched yesterday, lighting up my team at home on Monday Night Football. Marcus Mariota did that.
I saw him. He was god awful too. He should have been benched a lot earlier.
So I hit bottom. They hit bottom at 3-5. And then what did they do the next week? They're like, no, screw this. Here we go. We're going to Philadelphia. And what did they do at Philadelphia the next week? They shocked you, and they shocked everybody.
Yeah.
They surprised me.
And that what shocked me even more, Ray, was the head coach. You see, and when they took off, everything started going to end up winning the division.
Yeah.
They still won't give him any credit. They won in spite of him.
Could we see that video from yesterday? This is actually after they had held the Jets to a field goal.
You like
They're all
rubbing it
running
in.
off the.
You like rubbing it
Yeah,
in.
but this is Coach Clapp. This is who I call Coach Clapp. He's left hanging by half the defense because they knew this was no time for congratulations. They had just lost the football game. They had just allowed a chip shot field goal on a drive by Sam Darnold that if they had nullified, if they had just suffocated that drive and said, no, 3 and out, Dallas is going to win that game.
That head coach's fault.
Yeah.
That's Chris Richard and Rod Marinelli.
That all he can do is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's clapping for the wrong thing.
Jason,
and they knew it. Their heads are hanging. They're walking off the field.
If I'm Jason Garrett, I say, you sorry, mofos, you should have did that the first half.
Yeah.